No, this was up in the office. Yeah. It's 30.
We'll call the meeting to order. Let's do a roll call. All right, we have a quorum. Looks like. All right. Announcements, staff?
No, sir, don't have any announcements this evening.
Okay, no announcements. So if you remember, we have two meeting minutes to approve. So let's start with the first meeting, January 13th, 2022 meeting minutes. Do we have any comments on those? We have a motion and a second. Let's move to a vote. Yep. And that passes. All right. Moving on to the February 10th meeting minutes. Do we have any discussion on those meeting minutes? Hearing none, do we have a motion and a second? Thank you, Don. Thank you, Brian. Brian, are you? Yeah, there you go. All right. And the vote passes. Moving on to consent agenda. We no longer read all the consent agenda items. So, Mr. McCord, I'll call on you first.
I need to recuse the vote on the consent agenda.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any items that need to be pulled from the consent agenda?
Item 5.
Item 5, okay. Anything else? Do we just let him vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a motion and a second now? Do we have a second on that?
Second.
Okay. With the, Don, do you mind doing that? Noted as removing.
We accept staff's recommendation with the exception of item number 5. Be
Thank you, sir.
Called separately.
I agree on that second.
Thank you. We'll move to a vote. There we go. All right. So item number 5 is King Chapel, section 3C. Don, I'll turn that over to you.
Item 5 is Falls Grove.
Oh, sorry.
No consent.
It was not on there. Sorry. Yeah, Falls Grove, section 3, my bad.
The question I had on that was the proposed right-of-way, of the sidewalk on a proposed right-of-way of the county. Is this something usual? I've never seen this.
I'm sorry. Mr. Crohan, could you repeat that?
It says the proposed right-of-way they're looking at for the sidewalk on a county right-of-way. Is that normal? I've never seen that before.
And that's the reason we're extending. I'll just read this. Staff has visited site, noted that all improvements are complete. The developer has been in discussion with the Williamson County Highway Department with regards to a section of sidewalk located within the proposed county right-of-way. Staff recommends that this bond be extended for a period of 1 year in the current amount with a review in 3 months. We'll go back to the part where it talks about a section of sidewalk located within the proposed county right-of-way. That is not allowed. And there was a section about 300 feet long that was discovered to be inside the right-of-way because of construction constraints with regard to a major gas line easement and a waterway natural area. And so when we discovered that, we went to the county highway superintendent and talked to him about it, and he indicated that, you know, that he would not approve a resolution for maintenance with sidewalks that are located within the county right-of-way. So as a result of that, the developer and the county highway department and the county highway department's council have been talking with each other, trying to come to a resolution for this problem. So therefore, we just recommend that it be extended in the current amount.
Okay. Does that come back to us?
It will come back to us for another review.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Do we have a motion for acceptance of item number 5 on the consent agenda? Yes, sir.
Can I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
clear this up? On the agenda, it's item number 5, Falls Grove, Section 3, Maintenance Bond, Roads, Drainage, Erosion Control. On the consent agenda, it is number 2. So, for the record, when you all approved the consent agenda, and we may need to go back and do it again, actually, because the motion was to approve the consent agenda with the exception of number 5, when actually the consent agenda has the item that we just discussed as number 2. So it would probably be cleaner and would make me feel better if we just redid our action on the consent agenda with the motion in reference to item number 2 on the consent agenda in your packet. And then we will take action on what is item number 5 on your actual agenda.
Sounds great.
I don't know how we can do that, Deb, but that's what we need to do. Okay?
Mr. Chairman, I'll rescind my second.
Mine to say item number 2 rather than item number 5.
So we have the consent agenda. We're taking the consent agenda with the exception of item number 2 on the consent agenda, which is Falls Grove, Section 3.
We are still voting right now on what we just heard, which is Falls Grove, Pine Grove.
2.
I didn't hear that. What?
You were wanting us to back up and do the consent agenda first.
Yeah, whether we do that first or not, we need to take action on the item, the single Falls Grove item, and then we need to take action on the
Redo.
consent agenda with the correct references.
Okay.
However we need to do that on the system, we need to do both of those things.
Okay, so we're,
Number 2 we're voting on?
yeah, so item 2, Falls Grove, Section 3 was removed from the consent agenda, and we are now voting on item 2, Falls Grove, Section 3.
And I
per-
move
per
we accept
staff's
staff's recommendation for item number 2.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Let's vote. Beth? Thank you. That passes. So now we're going to go back and reconsider the consent agenda with item 2, Falls Grove Section 3 removed as originally planned. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to accept staff's recommendation on the consent agenda with the exception of item number 2 to be heard separately.
Seconded.
Don, what's the motion? Who's the second?
Brian Richter. Mr. Lackey. There we go. We passed. All right. Thank you. All right, we're moving on to old business, item number 15, preliminary plat review for Gray Barn Farms, large lot easement subdivision containing 5 lots on 119.92 acres located off Canard Springs Road in the 5th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The subject property is approximately 120 acres in size and is located at the end of Canard Springs Road, approximately 1 mile southeast of Carter's Creek Pike. The applicant is requesting approval of a large lot easement subdivision in order to create 5 lots off a new 50-foot ingress-egress utilities easement. At this time, the applicant is requesting deferral to the April 2022 Planning Commission meeting to allow the applicant more time to address staff comments.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a motion?
Motion to defer.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Please vote.
It's not showing up.
We good? Okay. Moving on to concept plan, item 16. It's concept review for 2600 Hillsboro Road containing 34 lots on 176.51 acres located off Hillsboro Road in the 8th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant is requesting concept plan approval for a 34-lot conservation subdivision in the Rural Preservation 5 zoning district. Lots range in size from .39 acres to 1.13 acres. Concept plan approval is the first stage in the development process. In order to allow additional time to address staff's comments, the applicant has requested action on this item be deferred until the April 2022 meeting. Staff concurs with this request.
Thank you.
Well, wait. We didn't vote on 15.
Dan, Sammy is not.
As a point of order, we're having some tech issues, and that's why our voting didn't come up. On the prior, we were all pushing.
Mine says 15 passed.
Mine says yes, 10. 2 absent, no no's, no no's, and 1 abstention. I'm not saying not everyone is voting. But it says cast by majority
This is how you make a meeting long.
Isn't this fun?
Okay, we will take a voice vote. We've got a motion from Mr. Lackey. And a second from Brian Richter. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Do I finally have a motion to adjourn?
No.
Now we need to vote on
16.
Oh,
No, that was 15.
okay, now we've read 16. I'm sorry. Man. Now we've had 16 read into the record, and thank you, Don. Thank you, Brian. We have a voice vote on that. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Voice passes.
So now it's working.
All right. Thank you.